Kobel to Akanji. Back to Gregor Kobel. Here's Elvedi. Kobel under a little bit of pressure. Larin lurking. Now Akanji. Over the head of Embolo. Moreira's touch takes him backwards. He's given the hurry up by Embolo. Took him to ground, and that was a foul. It's about even after 20 minutes in Vancouver. Cornelius. De Fougerolles. Joined the Fulham Academy at age 8. On Scholar of the Year. He signed his first professional contract in 2023. He was on loan in Belgium at Donde last July, which seems to have accelerated his development. Canada's Young Player of the Year 2025. He's started all 3 of these games. Canada have played so far in Group B. Akanji. Cross to Elvedi. Laid off by So. Forward by Freuler. Embolo will leave it for Manzambi, who's drawn 2 defenders across with him, but the flag now goes up. Sidelines, and all 22 players stroll across to take on some fluids for that enforced hydration break. You mentioned the temperatures in Vancouver today, relatively warm, and you can understand it here, but some of the grounds across this tournament there's been question marks around it, and starting to feel like a familiar sound greeting this break in proceedings. Boos ringing out and around this stadium, as they did in England's 0-0 draw against Ghana. That was in New Jersey under torrential rain in very mild conditions temperature wise, and that's putting it lightly. And Jesse Marsh really in his actions here, passing out his instructions, his feedback with gusto to his players, is really underlining what these breaks have become. It's almost a mini coaching session. Not too many clear-cut chances. Maxime Crepeau probably with the biggest chance thus far. Found in this tournament so far, the opening 24 minutes or so, just seems like a feeling out moment. Time for both teams to just try and work out what each other are doing. Jesse Marsh in his pre-match comments said that they didn't need to draw to top the group, as we've already said, but he's made it clear that Canada will not go out to play for the draw. He says that's the easiest way to lose a game. The best way to pick up a draw is to try and win the game. Should make for an open game if we finally get that. At the midway point in this first half, it is all square, still no goal. Switzerland 0, Canada 0 in Vancouver. Bosnia and Herzegovina. Carries him into Johnston's knee. Switzerland managed. Started both games against Bosnia and Herzegovina and Qatar. Earlier in the tournament did Tejan Buchanan. This season for Villarreal in La Liga, 7 goals. So featured in the Champions League as well. Saliba to Larin, juggles that over Akanji. Now he's got Elvedi to contend with and Granit Xhaka. Here's Buchanan. Buchanan sliding in. Just couldn't quite wrap his foot around the ball. And Manuel Akanji. And Switzerland have the goal kick. There's been a goal in the other game in Group B. It's all going to the script so far. It's the teenager Kerim Alajbegovic who's opened the scoring for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Set up by Ivan Basic. I put them on 4 points. And a brilliant goal it was. Rifled into the top corner from just outside the penalty area. Bit of a fracas though on the pitch of Vancouver, where tempers are starting to fray. It's been a very physical game. Larrin poked the ball away as Granit Xhaka was finally had to take a free kick. Xhaka's caught Larrin and followed through. It's a little bit farcical, you know. Cheeky from Larrin. Granit Xhaka knew what he was doing there. He's going to have a word with both. Yellow card apiece. Let's say I think that's fairly harsh from Granit Xhaka. That was looking away. Xhaka was over the free kick. He was toe poked it away. Almost schoolboy stuff. Probably is a yellow card for the Canada #9. Granit Xhaka was trying to take advantage of Larrin's close proximity to get him done by not moving away from the free kick. It's a writing issue. So, lays it off to Akanji, left-hand side now Rodriguez, just steps over the halfway line. Forward to Vargas. Manzambi using his physical frame. Trying to roll Luke de Fougerolles. It's forward to Jonathan David. Now here's Kyle Larrin in the penalty area. Elvedi holds him up, gets his shot away, wrapped it round Elvedi, but it's too close to Kobel, who holds on to it, with Jonathan David waiting for the rebound. It's really good movement though from Kyle Larrin. That's really good from Kyle Larrin. He's played domestically in the United States, here in Canada, Turkey, Belgium, Spain, the Netherlands and England. Here's Ruben Vargas darting forward across the face of the penalty area, too close to the goalkeeper. I think de Fougerolles got a touch on it as well, and it's brilliant defending from the 20-year-old. Lembolo looks to the heavens. Klepo, long, right-hand side towards Buchanan. Rodriguez too strong for him. Here's Akanji. Halfway now is Freuler. Ricardo Rodriguez. Manuel Akanji. Kobel. Elvedi. So, back to Elvedi. Salih Ahmed who's pressing. Now Jonathan David trying to make life a bit awkward for Akanji. Back to Kobel. Elvedi. Larrin. Flooding towards the Switzerland defensive third now, Canada. De Fougerolles gets it away from Vargas. Headed down by Jonathan David. Helped down the touchline there by Chouanier. Here's David, held up. Kyle Larrin came back from an offside position as he poked that inside. So Ramonovati will blow the whistle and Switzerland will have the free kick. Rodriguez, switch of play, finds Jaquez. It was a bouncing ball and he couldn't quite get it to settle for him, but Jibril so will. Played off to Elvedi. Freuler. So, Xhaka spears one to Embolo, held up by de Fougerolles. Xhaka now down the left-hand side. Vargas gives chase. That will just bounce away from him. Disappointing. And Xhaka's talents. Fairly simple pass out to Vargas, who had a bit of space to operate in. It's given straight back to Granit Xhaka by de Fougerolles. There's Akanji, left-hand side of the centre circle. Now Ricardo Rodriguez, a couple of steps away from the touchline on that far side. Akanji Elvedi. Akanji. Rodriguez. Manzambi. Rodriguez. Akanji. Wrong diagonal. Out here to Jaques. Early ball in to Embolo, who looks like he was almost pulled down by Luc de Fougerolles, trying to spin the young defender. Canada have got it away. Dale Embolo appeals for the penalty. We'll have a little look at it. Embolo was asking. There were a couple of handfuls of shirt from Luc de Fougerolles. Quickly waved away. Rodriguez. Embolo, that's a clash of heads on the edge of the penalty area. Richie Larea. In the neck actually of Richie Larea. There's a Switzerland free kick. Could have been much worse. Another goal to report from Seattle. It's Bosnia and Herzegovina 2, Qatar 0. Žako's volley cut back, deflected in by Sultan. So we're going to plan for Bosnia and Herzegovina as things stand. Still goalless here though in Vancouver, but that might change. This set piece from just outside the penalty area. It's only going to be a Kanji to strike. It might be Xhaka. It's Xhaka with the left. It's high and wide, and into a very relieved Canadian crowd behind Maxime Crepeau's goal. Just didn't get over the top of it, Xhaka. And ball flipped on by Larin. Pinned off Ali Ahmed. Yes. So, Manzambi on top of Fougerolles. Force wide though. It's a talented defender from the young, defending for the young Fulham man. Slides in, concedes the word for Johan Manzambi. Ready. Ready, down the line. So, you're on the end of it, Cornelius cuts it out. Jaques. Harry. David. Now here's Ahmed. Clumsy from Remo Freuler. And just waiting there to break and accelerated through the contact. Picking up this left hand side. Mathieu Chouanier to take again. Maybe a chance here as a spontaneous round of applause from the Canadian supporters. David goes to ground on the edge of the box. Referee got in the way there. Nathan Saliba, I think, was looking to run onto it. He said it was Alistair Johnston who launches that over the crossbar. 40 minutes gone in Vancouver. Half time not far away now. Pass into midfield from Nico Elvedi really typifies the game. Straight to Nathan Saliba. Such a play from Soignier to Buchanan. Sharp pass, Johnston, now Jonathan David, edge of the penalty area. David, opportunity for Ahmed. Spilt by Coble in front of his near post. It's not the best contact from Ali Ahmed, but it's a brilliant move from Canada. Carl Larin sucks the defender across, opens up the space on the left-hand side for Ali Ahmed. Just didn't really put his foot through it like he should have. But they've got another set piece here, Canada. Mathieu Soignier once again standing over a set piece for the Canadians. Very congested 6-yard box. Soignier, away by Manzambi at the near post. Saliba recycles. Here's Larea. Goes alone, driving down that outside. Needs a bit of support now. So comes across to meet him. It's poked backwards to Alistair Johnston, but he will have to trudge back to the halfway line to collect that. Johnston. Diagonal out to Buchanan. Takes it down on the near side touchline. Outnumbered, and Manzambi lashes it forward, looking for Embolo. Johnston's the last defender. Trembo, the last line of defence though. Smashes it away. Along with David is there in the centre circle. David just ghosting into the space between the lines. Maybe off to Saliba. It's free, finds Soignier. Saliba, David, slightly behind Kyle Larin, Vargas. Back Johnson, it is Johnson again. In the box, Johnston looks for Larin, just caught on his heels. Kanji. Moved forward by Gibril, so Vargas once again untidy, caught Luke Gibril. Is down, another free kick. One for the purists, this. Very kind way to put it. Kanji. But Qatar have pulled one back against Bosnia and Herzegovina. Vancouver, it's Jonathan David, edge of the box, gets his foot on it. He's always swerving wide of Gregor Kobel's goal. The goal's been scored by Hassan Al-Khaidos. Qatar. With their one and only shot of the game in Seattle. Kanji. Elvedi. To Kanji into the box. To Gregor Kobel. Xhaka picked up by Soignier. Too ambitious from Johnston to wide it back to Soignier like that. Moving to 4 minutes of added time at the end of this first half. Goals, 121 miles down the road to Seattle, the other game in this group. So let's have a feel of two sides that have already qualified for the knockout stages. By Rodriguez. Boots in from the air and from behind for a corner kick. Going to be Ruben Vargas to take, who's become somewhat of a pantomime villain for some of his challenges so far. Vargas with the in-swinger, high into the 6-yard box. High off the ground was Derek Cornelius, back into the mix by Ricardo Rodriguez, over the head of Akanji. And that drops Crepo. Jonathan David took it down, but Ricardo Rodriguez was too strong. Kobel. So Kanji, Granit Xhaka, Kanji, Valverde, back to Kobel, Xhaka will come and collect it off of his goalkeeper. Valverde and Akanji just switching sides for the time being. Valverde on the left-hand side of that centre-back duo. He's Akanji on the right-hand side. Right, Xhaka is his full-back. Derek Cornelius just steers Gibril so over the touchline. Canada with the throw-in. Chonier. De Fougerolles. Here's Cornelius. Ali Ahmed to Jonathan David. Tries to force the return pass to Ali Ahmed, but combination of So and Akanji get it away, and now here's Freuler, keeps the ball moving. It's Xhaka outside the centre circle, inside Canada's half of the pitch. It's Manzambi, back to Xhaka. Getting forward So to his right to Braille Embolo. The back heel back to Embolo from Freuler. And trying to get on the end of the pass, he's committed the foul. Jonathan David it was getting back, doing some defensive work there. Trudge downfield, Jonathan David back into his more conventional position. Braille Embolo once again cutting a bit of a frustrated figure. And Ramon Abati blows the whistle for half-time. It's the midway point of this final game in Group B for both of these two sides.